But this is going to be an exciting one here. TL versus Cloud9, really important game here for TL. This is a big test for them this weekend, but they did take down FlyQuest yesterday, so they're going up against the two teams that are tied for first in the same weekend. After that, but in this case, he ends up not having to use his flash. He's up basically 2 full waves, and he's just in a great spot already.
So C9 has advantage by 2 separate levels here in this jungler and support showdown. Both mid laners looking at the possibility of roaming over. They are both level 6. M&S, however, does have a rather limited mana pool. He can fire off his ult, he can fire off a couple of spells, but he's not going to be useful for an extended fight. Berserker rotates over first. C9 still just looking to force down this Drake. They want to keep Pioshik away. They don't want to risk some kind of a coin flip. They've secured the Drake, but can anything go back the other way for Team Liquid? CoreJJ goes in, uses his flash to trade away from Sion. Sion joins up in the fight. That's Yawn going to be forced to flash away. Follow-up coming out from Fudge. They find the decimating smash. They find Yawn. They find first blood for Berserker.
What a roam from Fudge. In the initial look for an engage there from Core, it's a 2-for-1 on the flashes, so it's great for Core. You could look for it.
Pioshik did mark Blabber there with the Sonic Wave. Figured, hey, he's probably watching here at the Control Wars and the Pixel Brush. But Blabber and C9 are not deterred. They're going to go straight for the Herald now.
Yep, and Annie is here way faster. So the early roam here from Sven, you can see now it is Core coming up to actually try to match this, but I think it's likely too little too late at this point. He's only getting to mid lane now, and Pioshik's going to have to flash out.
Yeah, Pioshik just losing a summoner spell for free there. Summit's coming down trying to help, but the Cho'Gath didn't even have a feast to try to do anything crazy if they wanted to steal or contest. So Team Liquid, unfortunately...
Mythic is done for M&S, but he is on a Crown of the Shattered Queen. He went for that defensive Mythic here against this hard engage. Nice scatter!
Oh, look at that! CoreJJ has to disengage now after looking for the engage there. Harry's chasing Blabber into the back, wants to find the damage onto the Viego, but not quite going to get it just yet. Summit's teleported in, and Fudge has found his way here with the ultimate. Harry's taken low, and Berserker takes him out. Now you got Summit on the front line, but he doesn't have any firepower behind him. Core already used the cooldowns looking for the engage, and now Summit's got to walk away. Yawn and CoreJJ separated. Pioshik looking for the kill on M&S. He's going to find it, but he won't get anything else. Team Liquid, 3v4, Cloud9 with a victory here in the skirmish.
Yeah, big outplays there. The scatter timing from M&S was so huge on that initial engage. Really forced TL to spend a lot more to try to get to that backline. They do eventually kill M&S off, but it was so many resources committed to actually getting it. Exactly, right? And when you are playing tank versus tank in these matchups, I actually really, really like this item because you're going to be able to just slap into each other wet noodle fight all the time anyway, so you may as well just get those bonus stats. Yeah. It's less about winning the 1v1 and more just becoming unassailable later on. Pioshik trying to enter, and TL are collapsing from multiple sides, but the Herald, again, already gone. And I just like how Fudge and Sven are playing to the side, zoning off Pioshik and CoreJJ and Yawn. So even if
the Crown of the Shattered Queen, so any initial burst is going to be drastically reduced, even if they do get on top of them. Fudge frontlining here, just trying to control anybody in his way. Scatter the Weak from M&S comes out, nice connect onto Yawn. They immediately force out the ulti, but Blabber can't get away. He can't use the Heartbreaker in time, and it means that Team Liquid pops the Viego. But now follow-up is there, and CoreJJ is immediately killed. Team Liquid has the run, and Berserker's got his gun. He's gonna take out everybody, making a double. Is he gonna get the triple? Not quite yet. Cloud9, they might have lost their jungler, but they paid him back in blood.
Yeah, that was huge. And it just straight in. And again, we're in this situation once more where TL is late to the objective. They don't have the setup. Cloud9 again dominating in that regard. Fudge is deep in the enemy jungle, making sure there's no way that they can actually move up. You can see M&S, as well as Ven, as well as Fudge, are all kind of covering their bases. They just have a couple people on that dragon. They're making sure no one can sneak in for a steal. And we're now at soul point here. And it's going to be an Ocean Soul for a Sion.
As we do have Team Liquid losing their tier 2 here in the top lane. Can't get anybody over there in time to stop it. And Summit, further away from the rest of the team, is again going to be soaking a lot of damage. He survives for the time being, but C9 is throwing everything at him to make sure that he doesn't get away all the way. Summit still at about 100 HP, and Fudge gets the kill. Team Liquid now with a full disengage. Harry's trying to cut the wave, make it so C9 can't push anything else. He'll assassinate the minions and find his exit stage right. Summit's down to, man, like 30%? Not a whole lot left in the tank, and M&S just executes him with the Syndra ulti. Remember, that's part of the ult now.
Yeah, gonna be able to get that kill. Nicely done, and now C9 are onto this. They gotta get in there, but Fushik's not even close. The soul is just gonna be gone, but they're looking for the fight.
Core JJ tried to go in, but he's reduced to almost no HP. He still has the quickness, but there's nothing to use it on. C9s, they secure the Ocean Soul. They get the kill on the enemy top laner. He's dead for another 20 seconds, and they march to Baron.
Yes, keep starting this up, and you keep fishing for picks, and Pioshik there does show, so they know where he is. They actually connect the scatter.
Pioshik trying to do anything to maintain some sort of a possible angle to steal this away. They know they need some sort of a miracle steal. Here he goes in and finds a kill on Sven. That's a good start, but they need to find more. Team Liquid's bringing the backup, and Summit has re-arrived. The Baron is at 3,000 HP, 2,000 HP. Pioshik goes into the pit. Team Liquid are thinking about maybe stealing it away, but now they gotta be careful. The team's all split up. Berserker's gonna be focused, but Yon's gonna be killed. It's Blabber taking the kill as Yon dies. Summit dies, Core dies, Team Liquid dies, and C9 outplays him again, and C9 goes back to where they started, back to the Baron.
Yeah, right back to the Baron. It was a good initial kill there from Harry, but even with Cloud9 playing it pretty risky here around the Baron, Teal just doesn't have the damage to punish. If Summit had his flash from earlier, when Pioshik went in the pit, it was at 2K, but he just didn't have the time to actually get it down while his team was losing that team fight. So unfortunately, no one could actually flash in and join him in M&S now.
Summit's gonna walk over. The tier 3 turret is not gonna last long enough. Core JJ tries to go in. He's just stunned up, has to run back. Fudge, ready to finish him off, and he grabs the kill for the killing spree. Yon is all the way in retreat, and Pioshik tries to cover his exit, but the weak are scattered, and Cloud9 are looking to end the game. Yon and Pioshik run back to the tier 3 as Harry goes into the back line only to die. Blabber takes the kill on him, and M&S looks for another execution, this time on the top laner. C9 gets it done as soon as they get the Baron. M&S zones away the remaining 2 players, and the Nexus turrets are next in line. Yon tries to defend, but he's stuck back in the spawn platform. Team Liquid may have taken down FlyQuest, but C9's a whole different beast. Right?
So maybe it's going to be that they're trying to do that with the Nautilus. Sure, you can kind of send Cassante in the backline. Sure, you can kind of send Kemby in the backline as well, but they're not as guaranteed.
Yeah, the problem with Cassante is a lot of times if he gets an ult, if he wants to isolate somebody, knock him away from the fun game, and
oh, 3v3 though, but IMT are
they just immediately snap engage from Ayla, but they don't immediately get the burst on Tactical. Now Spica's the one in trouble. That time the counterattack works for Immortals. They might look for even more. Kenvi wants to go in, but the stun doesn't quite have the range. He doesn't hit the Vault Breaker from the stolen by Spirit, and that means Immortals won't get any more.
Man, I don't know. I guess it's a tough call because maybe if you flash there, then you die. Plus the Vault Breaker damage, I think it maybe is like one more auto or just some little bit of contribution from Tactical or Fleshy. You get the kill, you get the reset. Would have been a much riskier play, of course. Didn't go for it. But Immortals now having that power on bot side here. They do have 6 on Bolulu. They're moving up Tactical. Should be their dragon.
All right, Immortals. Let's see this secure. Should be nothing to it. There it is. All right, can be with the secure. Immortals with an early first Drake 7 minutes in here. It's Ocean Drake, which always feels really good as that first one to give you the extra lane sustain.
They've already moved up Ayla, so there is potential for a 4v4 here.
Both AD carries are still in bottom lane. Nice charm comes out from Vikla to hit Revenge. But the reinforcements from Bolulu are not enough. Revenge is killed first, and Impact takes the credit. Now you're gonna kind of get a counter kill coming in as Spica falls over. Kenvi wants to grab the possession, take the body, flashes out, goes for the Vault Breaker on Impact, who's isolated on the wrong side of the river and has to flash to safety. Kenvi, defensive ulti on the back end of the fight to guarantee he doesn't give over another one. Normally I would say it feels good to get the flash, but again, it's Scion, so him not having the flash. Yeah, exactly. It's not like he can do a snap engage because he does have flash or anything like that, so not the greatest summoner spell takeaway, but still, better than nothing. Spica looking for maybe an angle here on Revenge, give Impact a little bit more edge, but it's IMT. Back on the Herald. Should be another eyeball proc here. Never mind, we're just gonna get a fight. They run in, and Ayla is the first to explode as Kenvi stays alive thanks to the reset. Prince has to flash back over the wall, and the top laners have joined the fight. Revenge wants to go in on Spica, who's now stuck, but he gets back over the wall. Not far enough, and he can't reach the blast cone in time. FlyQuest loses 2 men, and Immortals win the fight.
You can't just full send everyone all at once in the first moment of the fight, right? Or potentially you're gonna get all hit by the Galliwall, all taunted, all hit by the Zaya, etc.
Fleshy with the flash over the wall for the engage onto Ayla. They kill Rakan, break up bot lane, and Zaya's the one feeling better about it.
Yeah, the CC there was really, really rough on Ayla, so well played. You know, the hook onto him, the ult threw him onto the backline, so no one can even really follow it up. They had great CC chain down there onto Ayla. They do get that kill. But it's going to be a lot of one-way trips for Spica, right? He has to be the initial person engaging, and if everyone dives in at the same time...
What on earth was going on there? That looked way too close. Kenby's going to get killed, and now we got a 2v2 here for the follow-up. Balulu goes in. They're looking to chain CC Spica, and that'll allow them to trade the junglers.
Was own on the bottom side. Yeah, and now, you know, a nice little trade there from mid lane, but look at over the wall!
Oh, Tactical just gets destroyed. That's what I'm talking about when you don't have a cleanse. If you're CC'd 100-0, there's no time to flash, there's no time to ult. With Zaya dead, FlyQuest get exactly what they're looking for.
That is just a perfect engage from Spica. That is really beautifully done. Coming from over the wall in the Raptor pit, you just didn't expect it. There's just no way to really react. I would love to see a replay like that from Tactical's Pro View to see how little time he actually had to react, because very likely his camera is down on Prince watching those members, and then all of a sudden a Vi is coming out of fog over the wall right behind you, lands that perfect stun.
Have to deal with FlyQuest in their red side jungle for quite a while now. FlyQuest seems to really like prowling around up here, seeing if they can find any pick in this area.
Yeah.
They know that that top side tier 1 turret is the only one they've eliminated from Immortals' defensive lines. And hey, FlyQuest is taking the opportunity. They're just going for the Baron. Knock, knock, Immortals. Who's home?
They don't know.
Who's home?
Kraken PD. They're not expecting a 20-minute Baron. This is gone. Unless Kenby checks instantly.
And unfortunately for him, it's not in time. FlyQuest sneak a 21-minute Baron.
Rough.
And everything that Immortals built in the first 20 minutes of the game crumbles. Even though, because it's looking like the scrap is going to be up to this top of the river.
I think what they're going to do, they're going to wait for them to start the dragon, then they're going to come in from behind at the same time as they look for an engage from the top side. So that is the angle that they're looking for. This is like the long con.
All right,
we'll see if they're aware for it at all.
Let's see if they can do it. Spica's not near the Drake at all. They're going to find him. Yeah, Prince is just soloing down the Drake. They're like, we don't even need our jungler here. We'll just take it like that. So unfortunately for Immortals, the plan with the Galio, Metal Gear Galio, is a flop and does not achieve anything. Or are we still going to get it? Spica's now isolated. Okay. He'll see Balulu. Prince is still behind. Spica wants to charge away. The plan works out after a long, long time.
Yeah.
But they end up just trading a kill on Spica for a teleport and a Drake. Now, if they can get Prince, then maybe we're talking about something. Revenge goes in, stun comes out, taunt goes through, Justice Punch lands, damage goes. There it is. Enough to take him to 0. Shutdown over to Revenge. That's going to be huge. The follow-up fight, if it happens.
But Tactical can't enter. This positioning's so bad. He's got no ult. How does he play?
Cannot fire on anybody. They've already lost their jungler, but now Spica can find the engage on the Immortals AD carry. FlyQuest trying to regroup and find the way back on a Tactical now. As you can see, Vikla escaping to the top side of the fight, but Tactical fights back. Balulu was able to reinforce him, and Revenge was dealing with everyone off to the side. IMT are holding on. Impact stuck in no man's land. They'll try to use a decimating smash, get something here. Should just be able to kill him off. Nobody died to the dead body. Yeah, I think they just want FlyQuest to come towards them so they can try to do their counter-engage plan. Impact is going to go in first, and Fleshy's going to get bursted down. Vikla takes that kill, and now Balulu's looking for the ult. Prince is low. Revenge wants to kill him, but he can't quite find the damage. Now he solos him out. Balulu finds a total to 3. Immortals, his team fighting FlyQuest, but FlyQuest are better at team fighting. Immortals collapse, and FlyQuest march to victory, hunting down the last man. A triple kill to Vikla, and the Ahri lands the charm to guarantee the last one. It's all over except the last couple notches of the health bar, and FlyQuest get the ace.
I see the Ahri flying in there, which is insta-press their ult, but he actually just trusted in his mechanics. He sidesteps the charm, does stay alive, so he still has the ulti available, which he may need now.
Oh no, he's just gonna die before he gets to use it. They're too fed with the Ahri, and FlyQuest are looking real good in this fight. Impact CC'd everybody. Balulu and Revenge want to get something, but the only thing they're gonna get's an obituary. It's Spica picking up the one on Balulu. It's FlyQuest getting 4 for nothing, and now they're just walking it down mid lane.
Yeah, and they could potentially just end the game here. We'll see how far they want to go. The minions are now arriving, and they've just been tanking it up. They are pushing in here. I think they could end. We'll see if they want to go for it.
It's game. They've got way too much damage. Mages win fed with a ton of AP, just absolutely melt through turrets. Prince is still alive. This thing's gonna crumble. Revenge is trying to stop him, but the tank Kisante just melts. That'll do it. Immortals put up a fight, but FlyQuest proved too great of a challenge. Tactical can't do anything as he respawns, and that means FlyQuest are about to grab their 12th win, and they'll do it in 33 minutes.
It's the great pick actually ends the game there. And they mentioned it in the lounge that it was, a team that has been playing a lot of scaling, a lot of late game. And this is basically a Kalista 1v9 or nothing. Like, they really don't have a lot of fallback. Who is going to kill Poppy and Sion besides a Giga-fed Kalista? You have absolutely no ability to do it. So it's so much focus on bot lane. I think both teams are going to have to, on one side, CLG is going to be like, all right, everything to get Luger ahead.
Palafox is low, gets back underneath the turret. The dive in bottom is a first blood for the Varus. It'll be traded 1 for 1.
Okay.
FBI for Luger, but the money goes to Poom.
Exactly. That is so good for EG. Just the nice thing for EG is that EG has more of a fallback plan here.
Oh, and they changed the beautifully. It's Chains of Corruption into the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. The combined amount of stuns. You fire Chains of Corruption first so that FBI can charge up the Piercing Arrow the whole time and tease the kill.
Well, and that my guess is that was also the Blighted Quiver. With the execute damage on your W, you activate that before that Q's coming in. Gives you so much damage there. Just really nicely played. EG's bottom lane, it's a clinic. They are stomping down here on this bottom side. It's been tons of attention from both sides junglers, but really to just push each other out. They haven't really interacted with the actual lanes themselves. So CLG just falling further and further behind. And after your support dies there, you can't actually stay around to click the farm. You just have to say, all right, I go back to base. So really, really rough. Utilize all their playmaking, all their engage. Oh no.
No, dude. He's
See you later.
Yeah, they're gonna wait on the Poppy charge. They give FBI the money. It's just that easy.
Really well played. I like that Vulcan goes around the side. So he went into that area that there was no vision, absolutely, and then shot the arrow from there. So there's no ability for Poom to really react, right? And I just think that's clever stuff. CLG gonna try to look. He does have body slam flash.
Okay, goes for the body slam, throws out the ulti. Vulcan with a step back, but now EG's ready to counter him. This is a slaughter. CLG is shut down constantly. Inspired taken low, but Ryoma's made his way into the bottom lane now too. Vulcan targeted by the depth charge of Poom as Ryoma continues to hold CLG at bay and get his team out.
Plus is your soldiers. Like, you've got to be coming from different angles, or it's going to be almost impossible, I think, to team fight into this.
And I'm going to be looking for angles specifically from Palafox here on the Gragas. Break up the defensive formation of Evil Geniuses. Make it so you can knock one of these archers in the front line to a more vulnerable spot. Inspired wants to yeet him away, but it's still going to be a Drake for the side of CLG. It will be a sacrificial jungler. They cannot kill the support as well because CLG does have Kalista, so Luger can save Poom. See total gold on the left side of your screen. It's still all EG. FBI way out ahead of everybody else, and now we'll see what they can get with the death under contracts. No, FBI may have been caught here. Dokla's gonna knock him back.
Luger.
That is a massive punish right there. Huge money in Luger's pocket.
And that is so important because now he has the mythic completed with that gold. This is your soldiers. Like, you've got to be coming from different angles, or it's going to be almost impossible, I think, to team fight into this.
And I'm going to be looking for angles specifically from Palafox here on the Gragas. Break up the defensive formation of Evil Geniuses. Make it so you can knock one of these archers in the front line to a more vulnerable spot. Inspired wants to yeet him away, but it's still going to be a Drake for the side of CLG. It will be a sacrificial jungler. They cannot kill the support as well because CLG does have Kalista, so Luger can save Poom. But it'll be the Drake traded away for a single kill. You can see total gold on the left side of your screen. It's still all EG. FBI way out ahead of everybody else. And now we'll see what they can get with the death onto Contracts. No, FBI may have been caught here. Dokla's gonna knock him back.
Luger.
That is a massive punish right there. Huge money in Luger's pocket.
And that is so important because now he has the Mythic completed with that gold. That makes him relevant. At least FBI didn't waste subs. He just realizes no one's around me. There's no way I'm getting out of this. Just take the L, take the death. But it's not even just going to be the kill. It's actually going to be the Herald. So that is really a costly one. You can't be pushed up without full vision, without people behind you, because you will be punished in those spots. So FBI gives over a very costly shutdown to the worst player to give it to, and they lose Herald as well. That is a 1K plus swing. You know,
Fired gonna walk forward. That's what you're talking about. Have the tank face check things while everybody else can stay at a safe distance. Palafox is here on a flank. They're gonna go ahead and bring Ryoma down with the teleport. Sumday's already here grouped up with the team. Contracts can't approach as Someday channels the decimating smash. Palafox now gonna enter from the right side. CLG, the remaining 4 players, trying to approach as a unit, but again, Someday's zoning everybody away.
Oh, nice buffer.
Nice use of the buffer there, coming out from Dokla as they go over the wall, and now they're gonna look for Ryoma, but he shuffles Contracts back. The junglers are fighting it out, but Poom is now the target. He's gonna be pulled to safety by Luger. Inspired is stuck in the pit, and now Dokla's the one with no way out. He tries to get away. He blast cones. He lives somehow, and that means EG still has to chase him down. But they've got control over the Drake. They've got control over the health bars. They won the fight, even though, there it is. Ryoma finally picks off the kill. Your tanks, if somebody else can get it, then great, and Ash fills the goal.
And the components are a lot better than when you're going for Mandate. So that's kind of one of the reasons I think a lot of people have stopped just rushing Mandate. But Dokla, he's probably dead. He's caught up. That's a lot of CC, man.
That thing that I said about it's normally not good to go for the Cassante pick, well,
that's out.
It worked out.
Yeah, it is about the tenacity, but it's also, he's taking 30% less damage straight up from the Callista. So that is incredibly effective when there's not multiple people you have to worry about. You know, EG can be able to grab another Dragon here for themselves.
Soul point.
Is Cloud Soul, which is honestly not that great for what their composition is wanting to do. Just having to rinse and repeat what they're looking for. They're going to try to find an engage here. Can they find the angle for the Ash Arrow?
Ash Arrow comes out. Flash away from Contracts, but it means Poom is the one getting caught now. He gets shuffled back into EG. Baron Nautilus down. That's your Baron green light.
Yep, Dokla's bot, so at the very least they want the TP. Dokla must TP here. When he does, they can pull off, or they can elect to actually go for it. So they got the TP, so now it's decision time. Do EG actually stick on the Baron, or are they just gonna pull off?
They seem to be keeping with it at a slow pace. Someday goes in first, and you got Contracts into the back, but he's all alone. Vi takes a one-way ticket to hell, and FBI's the one making sure he gets there. CLG tries to fight him, but EG has not only fought back, they maintained aggro the entire time. They'll take the Baron and see what they can get away with. Palafox wants to pick up one after it. Inspired denies it, and there goes the Tommy gun, baby.
Here though, they're gonna look for a fight. They know this game is falling completely out of reach, but Ryoma doing a good job marking them. Just put up the wall of soldiers, and here comes Sion.
Someday makes sure that he cuts through CLG and puts himself between Luger and any valuable targets. EG's just saying, all right, if you guys want to be behind us, your next is in front. What is going on? I'm having flashbacks to Worlds from a couple years ago and Huang Feng in the base with the Jin, but instead it's CLG going in with Palafox. They're looking for some of the kills that they might actually need. FBI's already killed Luger. Yes, Vulcan will drop, but CLG needs to get more. The shutdown on FBI. Dokla is going big, but can he go all the way? They need to take out Ryoma, but they haven't quite found him yet. Poom needs the last bit of damage, and he'll finally find it as Inspired and Someday stand versus Contracts and Poom. Palafox working to rejoin the fight, but Contracts and Poom can't keep him around long enough. Now they'll make their way down to the Drake because Soul for EG is alive. Poom gonna separate himself there with a blast cone. Inspired and Someday still trying to beat down Contracts. Palafox joined up. Inspired just beats Contracts over the head with the hammer, and now he's up the wall with the flash. Now they want Poom 2v3.
Where's your damage, CLG?
Geniuses are just smacking him around. The minions killed him.
Not gonna be doing anything as long as Luger is not there. So Inspired and Someday just stand and fight their way out of that 2v3. It's the best look that CLG have gotten because they really did get to attack from multiple sides. They got back onto those backliners, took them down, killed off all the carries, but it is Soul for EG. It is an inhibitor tower down. And it is Vulcan and FBI hunting for Luger, who has no cleanse. Oh, okay, he got it.
That was way close.
Yeah.
That was way close. But yeah, coming around, but everybody else is disengaged. Contracts goes in alone. Now getting himself back out with his flash. Somedays ready for the re-engage. Poom and Dokla could be the targets. Poom wants to find the depth charge. He's pulled to safety by Luger. Can they get the kill they need on the FBI? He's protected for now. CLG looking to bury the AD carry, and they got him. But at what price? They've lost Contracts and Dokla, but they killed FBI. Luger's still alive, but EG are a man ahead and 8,000 gold up.
It was multiple members kind of combining their CC to be able to get it. But again, that's the problem. They're not fighting against a one-threat team. They are playing that with the Glista. But when you are ignoring Ryoma, he is going to get more than enough done. He is 4-1-4, has 3.5 items, and CLG know that this Baron is getting taken, but they've got no jungler, and they've really got no hope of taking it away. Palafox was going to try to look, and AP Gragas, if they're not marking you, can try with a barrel plus ulti combo over the wall to get a steal, but as soon as they mark you, there's just no way in, so EG will guarantee it.
Look, man, if I'm worried about Gragas stealing the Baron away, I just look at his head. If he's not wearing a hat, I don't care, because my smite's gonna beat him. And Palafox has a very defensive build. It's a Zhonya's, it's an Archangel's into a Seraph's, it's a Roa. You can see the need for the large rod.
CLG are going to try to have to pick their moment, find that miracle engage, but now there's an Edge of Night on FBI, so you can't even look for that downtown Nautilus ult to set it up.
Poom and Dokla both losing half HP as they try to defend their second inhibitor. Third inhibitor now under fire. Poom had to be saved by Luger already. CLG trying to make their defense. They go in with Contracts ulti, but he's killed instantly. Poom barely holding on through a shield. Dokla's next and alone in the middle of 4. Nobody on EG is down. Ryoma goes in, but he will not find the Emperor's Divide on any target. CLG's remaining 2 players stay alive only because of the fountain, and all 5 EG guys are ready to push the final Nexus turret. As the first one falls, EG have stuck CLG back into their fountain. They will not allow them to leave. They won't allow them to get anything else. They're still trying to pad the stats. Chains of Corruption flies out. Gragas gets interrupted.
It's the slaughter.
And Evil Geniuses get their 10th win of spring.
EG getting another big win. This one remote. Ryoma stepping in. It was Tommy time.
Toss only just one of many opponents that 100 Thieves still have to take down in their redemption road to make it into playoffs. Remember, only 6 spots, and they're not necessarily in the greatest spot in the standings, but they believe they can do it. It all starts here as they take to the rip against Dignitas.
Mid to try and put pressure on the Azir to be able to get your Talia combo off.
Yep.
And without that, Jensen here, the best farmer in the game, top of the gold charts at the moment, and is going to remain there as Dignitas will trade the Rift Herald topside for that 300 gold compared to the Dragon pickup here, 400 Thieves on the bottom side.
Dignitas, DeSantor want to posture towards the mid lane. Look for that Rift Herald that you were talking about.
It's in full vision though, so plenty of time for 100 Thieves to get a counterattack here. Using what you know your enemy has vision of is really, really, really strong.
They want to bait it. Emperor's Divide comes out, but then they turn tail right onto Ignar, and they know that his flash is down. First blood for Closer and 100 Thieves.
As it was being formed, and it gets completely turned around.
Oh, it has to be a flash maybe from Armwood here, but Tenacity low on mana. Does he have the damage to match up against this big crocodile? Looking for the body slam, but he's got the W as well. Yes, he does! Milan is on the board as well.
Bomba! He told you he's actually now a Gragas one trick.
But just like yesterday and today now, it seems like the direction is all aligned. The engage from Ignar sets it up, but Busio, great timing with that stopwatch. Baits Dignitas in once again, and Tomo has nowhere else to run. He's got a flash, but he knows he's dead to rights anyway. 100 Thieves sail on forward.
100 Thieves. This weekend, it looks like a completely different team for them. Into Blade Caller, no problem.
We got more fighting here. Bjergsen is keeping them as much back possible. Busio forced to flash, is burning down to the Ignite. Closer turns it around, looks for the... Oh, Tenacity body slam into Flash! Connects it onto Santorin. Closer can't get close enough to look for the reset in his passive. Jensen follows up on Ignar's hook to take out Tenacity, and Closer finally gets to take a piece of the crocodile, but the rest of 100 Thieves walk on out.
And guess what? They're going to get that right for Dragon as well. The timing on this play, right before Dragon spawns, 100 Thieves get the extra person, jungler plus top laner down. There is a teleport about to come off cooldown for Armut, so if he could teleport to the tower, if they can delay this for Santorin to get there, all that Dignitas need to do is buy some time.
And Closer's way too low. Oh, Tomo's threatening him. He has flash to be playing aggressively, but on the left side, huge Emperor's Divide from Jensen, but it does not stop Bjergsen's damage from shattering him down. Double kill for Bjergsen.
Bjergsen just seismic shoved Jensen out of the jump there from Azir, right across the rocks. Absolute clinic. This Talia.
It's dangerous in these jungle quadrants, especially when you don't have full vision, but 100 Thieves are going to be the one that presses the assault here. But Bjergsen is isolated. Santorin and Jensen trying to turn around, but Bjergsen flashes away to safety. Repositioning from 100 Thieves as they turn tail right onto Ignar. Body Slam Flash connects. He looks for the explosive cast, but now Tenacity's deep into the heart of it all, and he's got no backup. Dignitas collapsed beautifully. Counteract and play off of that.
And I think it's a good call from Dignitas to just say, hey, let's get another objective bounty here. Jensen goes hard pushing on top side. I don't know if he's actually going to have enough time to finish the top turret. That thing is worth a nice 800 gold plus the objective bounty bonus on top of it. Looks like he will be able to power through that thing. It's going to be an easy bait here from 100 Thieves.
And 2 items Zaya. Tomo still doesn't have his second item, so even if you don't finish the Baron, you just want to turn and force the fight where you have the stat advantage. 100 Thieves now looking for the engage. They get a flash out of Santorin just thanks to grand entrance from Busio. Closer's on the left side flank, and he knows that Jensen doesn't have Ember's Divide from the earlier in jungle invade. Closer flashing forward, takes out the heart of Dignitas as Jensen is now gone. Closer, now possessing Azir, is just going to shuffle his way back into Fog of War, and they turn right back to the Baron.
Really heads up pick there from Closer. He was marking Jensen the entire time as the rest of 100 Thieves go to try and chase the members who were checking Baron. Closer has one thing on his mind. He separates from the rest of the team. He picks up the straggler there. Classic lurker. Closer on defense side.
There you go.
Able to pick Jensen as he's trying to rotate over to the rest of the team, and that will be all they need to secure the Baron. Very dangerous now. Santorin trying to lead the charge quickly. If they can push during a reset from 100... Oh.
They have to know. They have to know, right? I mean, the Santorin face checks that he's the tankiest member, but he's just going to get bursted out before anyone else from Dignitas can fire back for a response. Bjergsen goes golden and keeps himself alive. Jensen still has no flash. He's looking for it, but they interrupt him, so he only sweeps up one, and the rest of Dignitas fall as they have to retreat, leaving behind their brothers Jensen and Santorin.
They should leave any opening for Santorin to sneak his way in, and you can see they throw down the control ward. They completely sweep this entire jungle to make sure there is no opening. You get no Hail Mary. There's no chance of a steal.
No miracles for Dignitas today. That is not in the playbook for 100 Thieves. Their Baron buff does run out, but Soul has been acquired.
Through the secondary turret here. Wave clear for Dignitas.
Looking for the initial pick. Glacial Prison from Santorin only stops Bjergsen momentarily before he gets bursted down. Jungle is gone for Dignitas. 100 Thieves pressing the charge, fishing for more damage. Double up steps forward, forced to use a Feather Star, but he gets the kill on Jensen anyway. He knew what he was doing as Closer looks for the Arctic Assault into Flash. And beautiful knockup from Busio. That's our most valuable prospect right there, baby, from last summer. 100 Thieves outclassed Dignitas in a beautiful game and a beautiful finish.
All right, Santorin, here we go.
Okay, miracle defense. Double lift super low. Maybe someone goes down. Oh, but 100 Thieves are not going to let Dignitas have any of it whatsoever. Death Timer's coming up for Dignitas, but they should be able to rail down the Nexus. 100 Thieves with a clean finish over Dignitas.
Second life in playoffs.
The fact that Golden Guardians and TSM are at this stage in the regular split was something that not many of us thought that we were going to come see through fruition. I mean, you have that burst advantage over Viego at this stage in the game, whereas Boogie needs a few more levels before he can match up to that burst of River. But he's going to look for mid lane, and that's the classic setup. You throw down the cage, you force Gory to flash away. A little bit of damage, but it should not be a kill. I don't think, right? Oh, that was close.
Yeah, meanwhile on the top side, the gank that River's going for coming through.
He dodged the cocoon, but he's got nowhere else to run, boys. That is first blood for Golden Guardians.
Trapped in the alcove versus certain death here. No way he gets out of that one. So Solo holds on to his flash at the very least. Slotting this bottom lane for all the pressure they can put out. This Ezreal Soraka able to push in first. And when you get to push in first on bottom lane, it doesn't look like much, but look who he is right now. Since he's in Fog of War coming from base, you get to start up this Rift Herald. Your enemies know full well you have support recall timer also. He doesn't even have to commit to that play fully. They can easily get their objective. Then he can just go right back down towards the bottom side and continue supporting 6A.
Yeah, 6A also on Ezreal being one of the best 1v2 champions in the game. You can always just pelt away with Mystic Shot. You can Arcane Shift away if they actually try and engage onto you. It does lead to a situation where TSM's going to start up this Drake. Probably going to get this one for free, but not a big deal. Rift Herald, of course, more important for them advancing this early game win con.
Yeah, they need the gold acceleration to hit those spikes earlier so that they can get to that mid game. Seems like Golden Guardians, they're going to have to choose when to use this Rift Herald sooner than later, as plates will be going down. And Time looks for an opportunity all in on Nahuhi. He throws down the Silence Shroud down and pops the barrier, hoping the Wish as well, but they want this kill so badly. TSM pull the feathers right out of Huhi.
Definitely good stuff here, and Golden Guardians, they swap over Ezreal to the top side, so they still get some of the split the turret plate money with him.
Oh, and this is why you cannot face check a unwarded area if you are Viego early on into the game, because
Item combination into the death cap for third, and you will be pounding them.
and here comes the Golden Guardians composition, or at least a little taste of it. Accelerated Shock Blast trying to chunk out TSM, but there's not a completed item spike for Glory quite yet. It's just components, so the Shock Blasts don't hit as hard as they would like, but they're going to go for the engage. Boogie engages, but gets blown up by the burst damage from Golden Guardians, and there's no rebuttal from the side of TSM. They're forced out of the river.
Boogie just stranded ahead of the rest of the team. They had the cage to try and protect him, try and maybe find a way out for him, but it was too easy for the rest of Golden Guardians to collapse down onto him. That also means that TSM are going to have to back off this dragon. Like you said, that dragon stacking, not really a real win con of theirs anyways, but this is going to start it in Golden Guardians' favor.
Take another look at those jungler rankings that we did in the analyst segment.
I got to move my head a little further to the riverside, you're saying? Maybe?
The cope angle is that the Soraka Silence is throwing a big rut in the entire wheel of the chain.
It's comp diff, as you can see.
Elise and Ezreal and Soraka. This duo, this trio, I did not expect to be this potent, but they are making damn short work of TSM's HP bars. That not only they were, you know, kind of showing up above expectations, they're now not only more than playoff contenders, they could be title contenders based on how strong some of their performances have been. It's the cleanliness and the consistent execution off of this trio from Huhi, 6A, and River that have just turned so much up in the midseason.
Yeah, 3K gold lead now. TSM was at the Rift Herald first, trying to see if someone would face check, but once Golden Guardians showed up en masse, there's no way they can actually take this team fight. So it's a clever idea, knowing that Golden Guardians are going to be moving as an objective. Oh, maybe they actually will take the fight.
Huge decimating smash from Licorice, and the silence prevents Boogie or Maple from being able to do anything. Chime tries to buy time with the quickness, but he just charmed up Golden Guardians. There's no damage follow-up that can even fathom afterwards.
What are TSM fighting over here? I'm stunned to see them walk back forward after Golden Guardians has grabbed control of the vision. They have control of the river, and then they just kind of face check the entire side of Golden Guardians and hand them back some kills. It was such an easy engage for Licorice there.
You were stunned. Maple was stunned from 100% to 0.
Then silenced.
Body hit the ground immediately. Layered.
Uh-oh. And Wild Turtle forced to use the Featherstorm. A flank from Chime and Solo on the right side. The Repel. They tried to time the Rupture on Reverse Descent, but it's not even necessary. They still have the burst damage to get that shut down. And now, Boogie is a spider. He's going to walk away.
Play off the early lead. Have to snowball with the poke comp. They're going to go for a dive, though.
Solo's got no flash to walk away from this one. Easy pickup for 6A. This Ezreal has been accelerated, boys.
Good cage here.
They know who he doesn't have flash. That might be the target. He walks right into the Soraka, right point blank, and the rest of TSM fall up beautifully. And now Boogie gets to be Soraka, looks for the silence of his own, but he will want to reset back to Viego, as he now gets to be a little bit more durable. It's 5-on-4 for TSM.
That's that flank for TSM. They see 25 seconds on the dragon spawn, and they go for the teleport play. They surgically remove the Soraka, but they sustain a lot of damage in the process, and they're going to give up the objective in the aftermath, teleporting Solo out to push on the top side and try and collect the remnants of that outer tower.
I mean, they insta-punished the flashless Soraka after that overeager play by Huki. Still could not stick around for the tail end of that fight because they'd used basically all their cooldowns on that. But still, a nice little extra influx of gold that you can find there.
If they can set up control in this jungle quadrant, But TSM still have 2 wards into these bushes, so they look for the pick onto Licorice. He's a tank, but they are bursting away at his health rapidly. But Wild Turtle, flanked by River, is forced to retreat. Use the Featherstorm, still has 2 summoner spells, but he's out of this fight as Solo finally gets blasted by Corey.
Huge power move for Golden Guardians. All right, now, Boogie, it is up to him to keep those TSM hopes alive. He's lurking around. He's got a control ward in Baron Pit right now. He sees 8,000 health. It's quickly dropping.
Licorice is marking on the right side. Golden Guardians start to peel off, keeping it at 5,000 HP, but they just turn right onto TSM, knowing that Chime cannot be there for long. And that's another member down as Golden Guardians will return to the Baron.
Golden Guardians using Huhi to stay topped up. He's getting low, but such a good job baiting over and over again, forcing TSM to keep walking into this blind river, getting picks left and right. Even if they don't get the Baron, they can keep doing this and finding more and more gold.
Can they get vision, though? Boogie's still around. He has the Heartbreaker to get over the wall. They're burning it down. This could be a flip, but 1,000 HP. They have no vision, as you called it, Mark. And that means that is a clean Baron for Golden Guardians.
Looking great off this early game snowball. There were a couple attempts by TSM to find pickoffs, but it's been smooth sailing for the most part. Already closing in on an 8,000 gold lead for Golden Guardians. Looking rough.
Definitely love to see a very, very effective snowball from this squad. Now with, the both Murminers transformed, there's so much damage output here. Baron buff on a team that is already successfully snowballing their poke. Guess what? You're in for some pain at those towers. TSM, at this point, since it's so difficult, you really have to rush towards any sort of vision advantage that you have to try and make a pick.
And they want to make a pick, but if it's on the tank, that is not the prime target that you want to be choosing as TSM. Licorice just shrugs it off. TSM are going to lose control of the river because of it.
Yeah, is it really a pick if it's on the Scion?
No, not really. You're absolutely right. I mean, Wild Turtle's getting some damage, but he's now forced to use the... but the river's approaching from the left side, and he already used the Featherstorm, so he's got no way out of this one, but they don't get a chance to punish it. He still has Flash to play with, but he flashes over the wall, and 6-8 takes him out. TSM are now on the run. No AD carry to support them at this point. Maple trying to put as much damage as he can, but he's not fully online yet. He's just running away as Golden Guardians make short work of TSM.
They're not done yet. Maple able to get out with the flash. TSM tried to pick a fight with Licorice. They turned that one around, instantly find 3 kills, and Golden Guardians are gonna keep pushing down this. Yeah, 6-0-2 now for Stixay. Boogie!
Oh my goodness, they tried to look for a 2v1 on Agori, but he's got so much damage in his back pocket. He turns it quickly on Boogie's head.
Is exposed. Chime's on the flank though, looking for Huhi.
But Corey is marking him. He charms him up. Does he look for Huhi? Can they find him? But no one else from TSM can get past Licorice and River. So Chime's engage is all for naught as TSM are now pushed to the brink. They're pushed to the very edges of their base. They already lost on Solo. Maple stuck in his own cage as Golden Guardians will be able to take them out. Stixay does fall to Boogie, but it's a trade 1-for-1 while TSM still lose 3, and Golden Guardians will make short work of these towers.
Golden Guardians looking on point today. They had a couple struggles in recent weeks, dropping a couple games, but retaining sole possession of 4th place with this win. Might not close it out here. Oh, I was ramping up.
The crowd agreed. That means we're right, guys.
Obviously, someone is trying to get the Stixay All-Pro campaign.
He's had a great comeback split.
What's Licorice's campaign right now? Towers don't do any damage, but buff towers. He takes like 6 shots or something in a row there. Wait for the minions to follow up though.
All right, Licorice looks for Maple, forces the flash. Chime turns around and tries to isolate Gory with the quickness and the charm. The knockup lands true, but Gory just does too much damn damage, and he finally goes down. Wild Turtle rips feathers. Can he outpace 6A in his own damage? The 6A Arcane shifts backwards.
So, yeah, there's some positives, even though they're still trying to defend here against a Baron setup from Golden Guardians, which should be pretty easy.
Yeah. Chime is gonna try to mark out vision first, so he gives Boogie that easier access into the Baron pit, but they turn off it. They realize that TSM have the inside track. They pull off, and it should reset.
All right, Turtle.
Oh no! Wild Turtle gets caught out here by Golden Guardians. The silence prevents him from casting Featherstorm or Flash. Solo is taken out as well, and now Gory looking to cut them off in the inside track. Chime is trying to lead a safe passage back for the rest of his teammates to get into the base. Good cage from Maple, holds him off for long. Oh my goodness, Gory! Huge artillery shot blast completely destroys Chime. Boogie falls as well. And there's the closeout of the game that we were looking for. Golden Guardians, an astounding 21-7 stomp. 30 minutes into the game, Golden Guardians take the win.
They say they don't need a Baron to beat TSM there. They just find the kills on the tail end, chase them all the way back to their base, blow up the Nexus, move to 9-6. They are one game away from their